Oh, we're doing another one, baby. We are doing another day, another lesson, another blessing, another session of High Self-Attraction course written by moi, Jordan. Today we're talking about confidence. Today is the third day in the High Self-Attraction course. We've covered identifying what you want, identifying and releasing blocks and limiting beliefs, and now we're going to talk about how to tap into your confidence and know that you have the power and strength and choice to do whatever you want to do in your entire life. I'm going to start this with a really cool quote that I think I've heard it before. I might have come up with it. I don't think I came up with it. I'm not going to claim that I came up with it. I really don't know where it came from. It just was in my brain. It says, if you don't show up as yourself, you allow others' thoughts to define you. What do you think about that? If I don't show up as my true, authentic self, and I present myself as, I am Jordan, this is who I am, this is what I do, I run this group, I have a business, I have a website, this is what I do. If I don't show up as that, then I might feel insecure of, I'm Jordan, and they're like, oh yeah, you're the girl who works at the gym, right? And I'm like, yeah. I just let them define me. Yeah, I do work at the gym, but that's not who I am. If you don't show up and say, this is who I am, this is what I'm here for, then when people look at you and they're like, oh, look at this girl, she looks kind of insecure, and you're like, oh yeah, I am kind of insecure, then you just took on that label that they assigned you. You're letting them define who you are based off their perception of you and how you carry yourself. So if you don't show up as yourself, you let others' thoughts define who you are. We're gonna talk about risk a little bit, because all of the fears we have all come back to risk. And there's a lot of things we have, there's a lot of fears we have around projecting ourselves out into the world and showing up as we are, because the world nowadays says that you should be a certain way, you should look a certain way, you should carry yourself, you should talk a certain way, you should do all of these things a certain way. The world puts all these labels on us. You should be this, you should do this, you should be making this much money by this age. Who writes these rules, guys? Who writes these rules? There are no rules. I am a human being living a journey on this planet in outer space, on a rock twirling through space with a heartbeat and blood that goes through my body, and I'm able to reproduce and blah, 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 all these magical things. Guys, who writes the limit here? Nobody does. Just had to hear you say it. Nobody writes the limit. Nobody writes the limit. Nobody is in charge of this life, this experience, existence. Nobody is in charge of that. Which means that there don't have to be labels. You don't have to label yourself as anything. You don't have to identify as anything. You just are as you are. And if you feel insecure, ask yourself why. What is the fear there? What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of people judging you? Why does that matter? Are you afraid of people talking about you? Why does that matter? Yeah, it might make you feel a certain way, but ultimately, if you're living your best life and people are judging you, guys, people judge me all the time. I'm living the best life I could possibly imagine. And people talk. People talk. And I'm here doing it anyway, because I am unbothered by what other people have to say about my joy. Things that bring me joy, I deserve it. I deserve to feel that way. I deserve to live my dream life, working my dream job with people who I love. I deserve that. And I'm not going to let the thought of somebody else, what they think about me, their perspective, I'm not going to let them stop me from feeling this joy. I just gave all of my power away if I do that. I just gave them all of my power to live my own life. So if you don't walk in confidently, people will assign what you are, who you are. Think of it as a big job interview. If you walk into a job interview, the job interview of your dreams, and you sit down like this. You're like, "Hi, I'm Jordan. I'm here to apply for the mindset coaching position. Would you hire me? Would you hire me right now?" No. Why? Because I'm not confident, and when you're not confident, you seem like you're not ready, and you're not like you're projecting that you're not capable because you're nervous, and you're like, this person. You're expecting this person to judge you. Like you're literally, you're crouched down because you're already fearful of what they might say. So now I'm gonna spin around. Hi, I'm Jordan. I'm here for the mindset coaching position. Yeah, I already run a business actually. You should check it out. Would you hire that girl? Because I would hire that girl. Actually, I did hire that girl. You would be much more likely to hire that person because they know their worth. They know they deserve what they're here for. They're telling you right now who they are and what they are. Like, I am Jordan. I am a mindset coach. I run a business. I empower women. I empower men. I live my best life. This person already knows who they are. They're unbothered by the thoughts of other people. And so that person who feels confident in themselves and presents themselves as radiating this confidence that they've tapped into is filled with love for their life, I bet, because they have recognized that they deserve to feel that good, and they deserve to hold their head high and their shoulders back. They deserve that. I deserve that. You deserve that. Nobody says you don't deserve that. And if you walk in afraid to say your name too loud because you don't want people to look at you, you're already fearing what people will think about you. You're already putting labels to yourself as to what they might think, and you're already giving your power to them to decide who you are. If you walk into a party and you're like this, nobody's going to see you, and you might think that that's safe. It's safe if people don't look at you, or if they don't know who you are yet, or if if you're just like not comfortable and you walk in like this, people won't even stop and look twice, and you're like, oh, nobody noticed me. So then you go sit on the couch with your snack, and everybody else is mingling, and here you are. But if you walk into a party, and guys, I've seen this. If you walk into a party and you hold yourself like this, and you walk in and then you look around the room, and you just take a moment to just stand there and just be as you are, presented as confidently as you are, people will turn their head and be like, oh, look, Jordan's here. Hey, what's up, girl? How's it going? And they come up and they approach you because they want to be around you when you're like that. When you're presenting as your true, authentic self, people want to be around you because you are openly saying by your body language and by the way you speak about yourself, I am Jordan and I deserve to be here. People want to be around people like that. I want to be around people who are not afraid to hold their head high and walk in a room and say, hey everybody, I'm Jordan. Like, I want to be around people who are confident enough to do that. I don't want to be around people who don't know how powerful they are, and so they don't introduce themselves proudly. Hi, I'm Jordan. Yeah, I run a business. It's not really much. No, I am Jordan. I run a business. It's awesome. You should check it out. There's a huge difference there. And if you're confident, you're easily going to attract the people who want to hang out with you and the situations that you are ready for. Because if you project that you're confident and ready for it, and capable to do it and educated enough to do it, then it will come to you. But if you're walking around like this, you don't look like you're ready to do anything. So, another thing that's really important is to reflect on your success. Oftentimes, as humans, I do it too sometimes, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I am human, I am learning just as much as you are learning. I am the student here, I am the student of life. I am not better than anybody. I oftentimes, and you should all of the time, look back at your success instead of your failures. Sometimes we will focus on the things we've done wrong in the past, the mistakes we've made, the embarrassing moments, and those will stick with you as a limiting belief that we talked about the other day. They will stick with you as a limiting belief because you have this idea of an outcome that happened and it was a failure, and now you believe that you can't do that because you failed. Look at your successes. Look at how many amazing things you've done. Even if you just woke up and made your bed today, you know how many people in their life don't make their bed ever? That's an accomplishment. There are millions of things that you should look back on and applaud yourself for. Pat yourself on the back for it, because you are a badass woman and you are a badass man. And you rule your life, and you deserve to feel confident and excited over your life. You deserve that, guys. You deserve that. So look back and reflect on your successes. Release the failures. Learn from the failures. Don't dwell on the failures. Learn from the failures. Don't dwell on the failures. Your failures will root fear that you will fail in the future. Learn from that. Use it as education on how to better yourself in the future. And then reflect on the good things that you've done. One more thing is the power of visualization, which I will also talk about on the day that we make vision boards. But if you visualize the best case scenario, then you are expecting the best to happen. If you're going into a job interview and before you take a couple deep breaths, you say, this could go amazingly. This could change my life. I could meet so many amazing people. I could have so many amazing business connections here. This opportunity could be amazing. And you visualize that. Actually, you know what? It's gonna be amazing. It is already amazing that I even have this opportunity. It's amazing. Close your eyes, visualize the best case scenario. If you visualize the worst case scenario, you're expecting the worst to happen. Don't get me wrong, sometimes it's okay to be aware of things that could happen. It's always good to be aware and educated about the outcomes, but if you're dwelling on the potential negative things that could happen, then you're expecting that and you're preparing yourself for that, and you are setting yourself up for that thing to go wrong. So if you visualize the best case scenario and make that the focus, hold yourself confidently and say, this could be awesome, and it's gonna be awesome, and I'm gonna visualize that it turns out awesome. Then your energy will flow that direction, and it will be awesome for you, I guarantee. So with this, I'm going to turn this into an exercise that I want you to do. And yes, you should actually do this, because this is an exercise that I have used multiple times that can be the difference between insecurity and full-blown confidence in yourself to take this step. I want you to grab your journal and on one page write out, if I go for this goal, list out all the best possible things that could happen. If I truly give myself the time and effort and attention and consistency to reach my goals, and if I truly show up for myself to get there, write it all out. What are all the amazing things that will come of that? Write it all out. Go in detail. Go in huge detail of all the amazing things that will happen if you show up for yourself and put in the work necessary. And on the other page, I want you to put, if I don't go for this at all, write down all the worst case scenarios that could happen. If I don't go for my goals at all, and I choose to be lazy, and I choose to not move my body, and I choose to be stagnant, and I choose to live in comfort, and I never get out of my comfort zone, and I choose to be insecure. If I don't go for my goal, list out all the negative outcomes that you could possibly imagine. And yeah, it's not going to be pleasant to write it out, but you need to see the difference, because then it opens up the possibility of choice to you. You have the choice to make this decision, and it's not a million tiny things that you have to choose and get it all lined up and oh my god, that's so stressful. It's 2 choices. Either you go for it or you don't. And you need to see on paper your thoughts on what's going to happen if I go for it and what's going to happen if I don't. Use this as a tool to keep yourself on track, because if you don't want to live the life that is the negative outcomes, if you don't go for anything, if you don't want to live those things, then you know the exact road to turn and go down. You know how to get there. You know all the things you'll be attracting if you hold yourself with confidence and assurance that you can do this. It's a 2-way road. You either choose to do it or you choose to let yourself down. Show up for yourself. You have all the power to do it. You have all the tools you could possibly need in the world, and you have unlimited potential. You have unlimited potential. You can do anything you want. You literally can do anything. And you deserve to have all that you desire. You deserve to have that joy. So hold yourself high knowing that you deserve to feel good. There are no rules in this world that say that you don't deserve to feel good. It should be your top priority in life, actually, to make yourself feel good. Be selfish in your own growth. Do what it takes to make yourself feel confident. Do what it takes to go down this road of best case scenario. This is where you want to be. You don't want to be on the worst case scenario of letting yourself down. You want to be on this road to success that you dream about. Get there. Take the step. All you gotta do is look that way and say, you know what, this is what I want. And then you claim it. You just claimed it, saying this is what I want. I don't want these negative things. This is not the life that I want for myself. I choose this way. And then go. You have all the power to do it, guys. Why wouldn't you show up with your head held high? And once again, that's all I have for today. Tomorrow we're going to talk about conscious consumption and how important it is to be aware of your environment, because your environment not only directly reflects what's happening inside of you, but it is hugely dependent on, your well-being is hugely dependent on your environment. And it is your choice to control your environment and your consumption and everything that goes on around you. It is your choice. So tune in for the next video to learn what's the hoopla about knowing what's going on around you and being conscious about the choices that you make, because it is huge. And you deserve all that you desire, and I'm so glad that you listened today, and I will see you tomorrow.